Okay, so our goal for Hydrating Humanity is to reach out to 100 schools and have them each raise $10,000 for us to dig the wells for the African kids.
All right, so our plan for this is to go to the National Honor, National Association of Independent Schools convention in Atlanta, Georgia. One of our ideas for this was the nonprofit booth that you can purchase. The standard is upwards of $1,700, and the premium, which is like your high traffic areas where a lot of people go through and actually look at the booth, is $1,900. So we've gone to Mr. Barrier, and he goes to this every year. But he's also looking to reach out to Mr. Peterson so that he can go with him and kind of set up how he would want to set it up. But how the nonprofit booth works is you get one conference pass, a 6-foot skirt table, 2 chairs, and last but not least, a wastebasket. So basically how we would set it up is we would get the table and we would try to get something that we could put up a little bit higher so that it would be seen over other booths. Basically just the label of Hydrating Humanity. And then we would also probably try to see if there could be possibly an outlet somewhere, because like the other group said, it would be a good idea for visual instead of just paper, because that's how our brains work in the 21st century. To kind of play the video that Matt played for us on, what they're doing and what the wells do and how you set them up and all the work that goes into it and stuff like that. And then on the back burner, if this doesn't work and if Mr. Barrier and Peterson don't want to go down there, we've also looked at contacting Wake Forest, since they're a close nearby university, and seeing if they would be willing to buy a well and donate it in their name, and then also reaching out to other independent schools in the college realm of things, instead of just keeping it high school. But there's supposed to be 1,500 independent schools at this convention, and we're hoping that if we can get maybe a third of that, then we've definitely overgone our goal of sending Mr. Barrier and Peterson down there for close to $5,000.
Yes, and if you really think about it, the cost of the trip with let's say we take a premium booth that's, let's say rounded up to $2,000 for the wastebasket, if you want to count it, and you get a booth for free. Basically, you're looking at the cost of actually staying there for like 2 or 3 days, which is the length of the conference. The hotel rooms, the food, maybe a tour or something like that. So that's going to come out to $5,000. But as Coleman said, there's 1,500 schools there. So even if we got 2 schools to donate $10,000 to a well, that's already passing the cost of the trip, which would make the trip worth it. But out of 1,500 schools, if we somehow manage to stand out in front of other people and actually get a lot of schools to talk to us, that's when we need your advice. Then what do you think is going to make us stand out of the rest of the schools or organizations that have a table and 2 chairs sitting and waiting for you? What's going to make you approach us and actually give us a minute of your time to listen to our ideas? That's our goal for this.
Right, and so for those of you in economics class, we have used our marginal analysis skills to decide that although like you said, this may be a $5,000 cost, we really are sure that with 1,500 schools there, we're going to do a lot of research to figure out what kind of booth would attract the most schools. So currently what we're doing is I'm going to go talk to Mr. Barrier about previous years, the kind of booths that really stood out to him. And then we've been looking through Hydrating Humanity's website to see what the key points are for their drill wells. And then also I'm going to do online research about and look at actual booths from previous NAIS conferences to figure out which ones are the best and how we can have the best booth possible. And so this is the map of the conference this year, and the small blue squares are the areas which are still available, and that's basically our main plan. The other plan that you mentioned about Wake Forest, we're kind of keeping on the back burner because we're pretty confident in this one, but we are still doing some research into other ideas.
Okay, thanks guys.